Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? I was thinking about something my dad did when we were kids. He got this Superball. My dad just loved to mess with stuff, and we had this badminton net, and we didn't play badminton all that much. But he got this badminton net. He got these, the whole set, the rackets and the little shuttlecocks, the birdies, and my dad loved Superballs. We loved Superballs growing up. He just loved those things and bounced them all around the house and whatnot. And he noticed one day that those were exactly the same size as a little rubber piece in that badminton shuttlecock, that little birdie. So what he did was he got a vise, he cut one in half, he yanked out that little rubber piece, just threw it away, and used super glue, because my dad loves super glue. And he attached the Superball to the little badminton birdie. And it became a completely different game. And we loved that game. You had to stand way back from the net. And it was had just whacked the heck out of the racket, and it was an interesting game. It was not quite tennis. It certainly wasn't badminton. And what I found was I got very good at that. But then when I went and I played with some people that played badminton, I found out I wasn't very good at that at all, because I hadn't been playing badminton. I'd been playing Superball badminton. And so what's the point of all that, and why am I putting this in a role-playing game channel? When I was thinking about that, I'm thinking, when you alter something in a game, and this is coming from a house ruler, this is coming from a guy that will, at least with the OSR games, I feel comfortable yanking out a mechanic, putting something else in. But when I look at other games, sometimes I will say, gee, I wonder if this would work better, what have you. When you make a change, you have to understand what it's going to do. And what's your intention? Is your intention I want it to do this? When my father was cutting that Superball in half, was he really thinking, gee, I bet you this would really turn the game into something else? Or are you just trying to do something cool? And so it's important, at least from my perspective, to have some kind of understanding of what is this change actually going to do. Sometimes it's trial and error. Sometimes you find a mechanic, you think this might be neat, and you find it substantially changes play in a way that you do not like. And I have a couple things I'm kind of messing with now, that as far as putting that instant kill rule in Lamentations of the Flame Princess. I'll see how that works. Maybe it'll work great. Maybe we won't like it. We'll find out. It's certainly something that won't come up very often, but it does. May be very interesting. We're using the VAM magic rules and seeing how that works. But it's important, whatever you do in whatever game, to figure out what's your intention for doing that, and more importantly, or just as important, what's the game going to turn into? Is it still going to be the same game, or are you going to find out you're no longer playing that game? There are games on my shelf, and if you mess with certain parts of Circle of Hands, you'll be no longer playing Circle of Hands. If you mess with how you're playing, I don't know, Hollow Earth Expedition, if you change certain things in that game, you're not going to be playing Hollow Earth Expedition anymore. Certainly, if you make different characters in Tech Noir, other than the characters that really kind of enforce that noir genre, you're not going to be playing Tech Noir anymore. And we can go on down the line. So, yeah, that's kind of my spiel for today. I love that game. I would love to do that again. I really want to get a badminton set and get a couple Superballs and do that, because that was a hoot. But it's not badminton.